What's up, Deuterinos? Brando back here again. We're going to start playing some Metal Gear Solid. And as I said, on YouTube, I'm going to post up an announcement video explaining why I'm shifting to Metal Gear from FF7. My PS4, unfortunately, is kind of like down in the dumps right now, won't turn on. Well, I was playing through that version of it because that's all I kind of had when I started streaming. So, in the meantime, we're going to start up some MGS. Now, Metal Gear Solid is right up there with one of the most important video game franchises in my gaming history. This game in particular really captured my imagination, especially with its ability to tell a story and narrative and characters. Along with that, the entire game is voice acted. Well, I mean, whether good voice acting or bad, that would get better, like across the series. But essentially, like, this game was one of the very first games that ever make me want to stay up all night to beat a game. I knew I was getting close to the end, and I was hooked, especially when they start throwing some twists at you, which are pretty obvious when you replay the game, some of the foreshadowing and all that kind of stuff. But I mean, be that as it may, we're going to go ahead and get started. I'm playing on the PS3. I'm playing the PS3 version of the game on digital. So there's that. I do have the physical copy, right over here. But I mean, why I don't have to put the disc in? I mean, it's on. It's all right there, man. So we're gonna go ahead and load this up. There we are. One thing I also really liked about, the start of the game is it does like a whole preview, like, cutscene even before you get to the start game menu and where you can select everything.
The nuclear weapons disposal facility on Shadow Moses Island in Alaska's Fox Archipelago was attacked and captured by next-generation special forces, being led by members of Foxhound. They're demanding that the government turn over the remains of Big Boss, and they say that if their demands are not met within 24 hours, they'll launch a nuclear weapon. You'll have two mission objectives. First, you're to rescue DARPA Chief Donald Anderson and the president of Armstech, Kenneth Baker. Both are being held as hostages. Secondly, you're to investigate whether or not the terrorists have the ability to make a nuclear strike and stop them if they do.
What's the insertion method?
We'll approach the disposal facility by sub.
And then?
We'll launch a one-man SDV. After the SDV gets as close as it can, dispose of it. From there on, you'll have to swim. High-Tech Special Forces Unit Foxhound. Your former unit, and one that I was a commander of.
So they're still around.
There are 6 members of Foxhound involved in this terrorist activity. Psycho Mattis, with his powerful psychic abilities. Sniper Wolf, the beautiful and deadly sharpshooter. Decoy Octopus, master of disguise. Vulcan Raven, giant and shaman.
Shaman.
And Revolver Ocelot, specialist in interrogation and a formidable gunfighter. And finally, in charge of them, Foxhound squad leader, Liquid Snake.
Liquid Snake.
The man with the same codename as you. The nuclear weapons disposal facility covers the whole island. I'll instruct you by codec after you reach your target.
Anyone going with me?
As usual, this is a one-man infiltration mission.
Weapons and equipment OSP?
Yes, this is a top-secret black op. Don't expect any official support.
So that was a little bit of a background. As obviously when you start the game, you'll be going right where he was kind of heading off to. So now we got the good old start screen here. What's cool is you can actually do some training, get used to the game. We also have briefing, which is basically a more deep dive, in-depth look at everything that was just told to us. Snake basically getting drafted back in to do this mission, and with all the people, Foxhound, the mission, all this stuff that's kind of been going on. For lore stuff, it goes pretty deep. But special is pretty neat because you can look at previous operations. Mike says, "Turn yourself up." Are you having trouble hearing me? How's this then? I'm not going to be talking too much over when they're talking, but a little bit maybe here and there. Okay, that's good. So previous operations, you can go and check out the other two games. This is actually the third game in the series so far. The other two were on the MSX or MSX2, whichever that was, way back in the day over in Japan. Of course, Metal Gear ended up on the NES, but it's kind of a questionable port. They kind of took liberties and changed stuff with it. You don't even fight Metal Gear in that version. You fight like this computer. But if you want to, you can go read exactly what happened in each and every one of those games. That's kind of cool that they do this. But it's kind of like, off the beaten path a little bit. We're not going to go too deep into those. We're going to go ahead and start the game. Select game level. Easy, normal, hard. So, if you watched my Last of Us stream, you'll know just how bad of a shot I am, and that's with the ability to aim. This game basically doesn't allow you to do that. For the sake of lack of game overs, let's just go with easy. We're here to enjoy the story. Did I just hit the back button, or did I actually? Got to remember, circle is confirm, X is back or cancel. It's that old school PlayStation mentality.
This is Snake. Colonel, can you hear me?
Loud and clear. What's the situation, Snake?
Looks like the elevator in the back is the only way up.
Just as I expected.
You'll be seeing this
I'll have
screen
to take
quite a
the
bit
elevator to the surface.
in this
But
game.
make sure nobody sees you.
More so in the
If you
second
need
game.
to, contact
Way
me by
more of them.
codec. The frequency is 140.85. When you want to use the codec, push the select button. When we need to contact you, the codec will beep. When you hear that noise, press the select button. The codec's receiver directly stimulates the small bones of your ear. No one but you will be able to hear it.
Got it. Okay, I'm ready to go.
You've got to think, though, Kojima must have been having a field day with the new 3D technology and everything that's kind of been going on. Nope. I don't want to go that way yet. And there's rations. Ration. But Kojima has always been, like, fancied himself a filmmaker. What? Dude was stretching. All right. We've got puddles.
What was that noise?
And he heard me. Uh-oh. Stay away. I was going to say, I can only carry one ration. I've only picked one up. Puddles are all the rage right now in the gaming industry. It's good to see it goes all the way back to the 1990s. Walk away. How does this sound, Mike? Does it sound all right? Awesome. I turned the in-game volume down just a little bit. What I was saying about the whole cinematic thing, though, is that this was really a time in gaming where utilizing 3D engines and everything, you could really freely move the camera around and tell the story how you wanted to tell it. And you can definitely tell that even back in 98 when this game came out, you were, probably in development since like 96, 95 even, that Kojima had a vision for what he wanted a Metal Gear game to be like. I mean, he had already kind of done 2 games, in the older, 8-bit in style, and that 2D style, and he was able to tell a story. But now he's pretty much got freedom of reign. The only thing lackadaisical could be quality of graphics. But I mean, back in 1998, as a gamer, this was like the mecca. It was awesome. Just the pure cinematic showcase of what he was able to accomplish in an action game. Sure, you would probably play some better action games. They would play better. They would look better. But none of them had quite the level of detail and story that this one
It's
had.
Snake.
Or at
I'm
least
in
the
front of
quality
the disposal facility.
Excellent, Snake. Age hasn't slowed you down one bit.
How's that sneaking suit working out?
I'm nice and dry, but it's a little hard to move.
Bear with it. It's designed to prevent hypothermia. This is Alaska, you know.
Take it easy, I'm grateful. If it weren't for your suit and your shot, I would have turned into a popsicle out there.
An anti-freezing peptide, Snake. All of the genome soldiers in this exercise are using it.
I see. I'm relieved to hear that. Already tested, huh? By the way, how's the diversionary operation going?
2 F-16s just took off from Galena and are headed your way. The terrorist radar should have already picked them up.
Behind D. Colonel, what's a Russian gunship doing here?
I have no idea, but it looks like our little diversion got their attention. Now's your best chance to slip in unnoticed. There are only 18 hours left until their deadline. You've got to hurry.
Wow, you must be crazy to fly a hind in this kind of weather.
Who's that?
Oh, sorry. I haven't introduced you to yet. This is Mei Ling. She was assigned to us as our visual and data processing specialist. She designed your codec, as well as your Soliton radar system. Contact her if you have any questions about either of them.
Nice to meet you, Snake. It's an honor to speak to a living legend like yourself. What's wrong?
Nothing. I just didn't expect a world-class designer of military technology to be so cute.
You're just flattering me.
No, I'm serious. Well, I know I won't be bored for the next 18 hours.
Come on. I can't believe I'm being hit on by the famous Solid Snake. But I'm surprised. You're very frank for a trained killer.
Looks like we both have a lot to learn about each other.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to learning about the man behind the legend.
Something they never
But
really
first, let me
discussed
explain about your Soliton radar system.
is how the removal of the accents of Mei
the
Ling
bright
and
dot in the
Naomi
middle is you, Snake.
in 4.
The red dots are your enemies.
They took
and
them
the
out
blue
for the
cone
Twin
shape
Snakes
represents
remake.
their field of vision.
And that's just
Be
the way they went
careful,
with it
Snake.
for 4.
The genome soldiers have highly developed senses of hearing and vision due to their gene therapy. Make sure you don't let them see you.
First, I want you to infiltrate the disposal site and look for the DARPA chief.
The DARPA chief was injected with the same GPS transmitting nanomachines as you. He should appear on your radar as a green dot.
Get whatever information you can from him about the terrorists. If he's alive, that is.
Snake, your radar isn't affected by the weather, but if you're discovered by an enemy, you won't be able to use it.
Yes, it gets jammed easily, I'm afraid.
Yes, it's all made from currently existing technology. You won't be able to use it in an area with strong harmonic resonance,
Oh,
so
man.
be careful.
We'll be
You know-
monitoring your movements by radar, so contact us by codec anytime you
Yeah,
want.
Snake is definitely a
Got
ladies'
it.
man for sure,
I'll call
Mike.
if I'm feeling lonely.
Seriously, Snake, we're here to back you up, so call if you need some information or advice. I'm also in charge of your mission data. Contact me if you want me to record your current status. My frequency is 140.96. It's a dedicated frequency for saving data. Don't forget it.
Remember, except for your binoculars, you're naked. You need to arm
Pretty cold
yourself
out there to
with
be
whatever
naked.
weapons you can find.
I remember. First, I'm strip searched by Dr. Naomi here, and then all my weapons are taken away. Imagine yourself put in that position.
Well, if you make it back in one piece, maybe I'll let you do a strip search on me.
I'll hold you to that, Doctor. By the way, sorry to disappoint you, but I did manage to smuggle out my smokes.
How did you do that?
In my stomach. Thanks to the shot you gave me that suppressed my stomach acids.
Cigarettes? How are those going to help you?
Swallowed his
Never know.
cigarettes and regurgitated them. It's a good thing he doesn't vape.
If you want to get in, there's the front door. It's the fastest way, but there's too much risk of being spotted by the enemy.
I can't just knock on the door and ask them to let me in. There's one sentry on the left and one on the right. They're armed with 5.56ers and pineapples.
What about the air duct near the door? There should also be a duct on the second floor.
I can't see it from here.
I'll let you decide the best COA. I'm counting on you, Snake.
Went right into gameplay. Alright, so... wonder if you could see if it'll tell you if you zoom in. How do you zoom in? There it is. Will it tell you what it is? No. Sometimes if you're in first-person view, it'll let you see what's what. You know, what that is. It'll kind of, like, show you. But, I mean... So you watch, you know what, you like all walking through the snow and everything, you got some footprints. Oh, never mind, I'm already full on my rations. But, yeah, if an enemy sees the footprints, they'll come running. Back here, you know, they're just kind of keeping a handgun, just right there in the back of the truck. I want to say in the remake they put the suppressor for that right down there. You don't have to wait to get it. But anyway.
A surveillance camera?
Got cameras. Wow. Yeah, that's not gonna be able to squeeze by there. Now. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Ah, darn it. You see nothing. You see nothing. Exactly right. Woo! Got past that one. All right. All right. What do we got in here? Stun grenades. I don't want to fire that weapon just yet. That'd be pretty loud. Oh! Ah! Get another camera. I might be able to squeeze underneath this one. There we go. Right underneath it. Look at that. Oh. This dude coming my way. Better just hang back. Good night. I know how to get in there, gosh darn it. There's nothing up here. Now I gotta crawl through these vents. Now, on my TV, man, like it's kind of difficult to see. Okay, it's better. When I was doing some tests yesterday, my blacks, like, you know, the newer games have the blackness setting. You can really turn them down to really get a good contrast.
It's been a long time.
They don't really work well when you're
what are
in
you
the
doing
ducks
here?
in this game. You
I
can't see
quit
crap.
being a drill instructor, so I moved out here for some peace and quiet. I'm in retirement, just like you.
Oh, really?
Once in a while, I still help train the Alaskan Scouts.
Passing on the skills to a new generation, huh?
Campbell told me about the situation here. I thought I might be of some use.
There's no one I'd rather have in a foxhole than you.
Well, I know lots about survival in a harsh environment. I've lived in Alaska longer than you, so call me if you have any questions about the flora or fauna out here. My frequency is 141.80.
Now, see, like, actually, on the screen that's kind of going out, on my laptop screen, I can see it okay. I can see it better now on my TV, but man, I got so lost when I was doing some tests yesterday. And I was so glad that I did those tests because I was able to actually configure it to make it work better. It's not like you're crawling through a crap ton of vents in this game, but I got so lost. No, another cutscene.
I moved the Dark Chief to the cell in the first floor basement.
What about the vent shaft cleaning?
They just opened the vent covers. They're about to start spraying for rats.
First floor basement ventilation shaft.
Shut those covers as soon as they're done spraying. Also, keep your eye on that woman in the cell. Don't get careless now.
Woman in the cell?
Did something happen?
There's an intruder.
Really?
He's already done 3 people.
He's killed 3 people?
Yeah. Say he's using stealth, too.
Stealth? There's an intruder besides me?
Anyway, I want you to increase the security detail on the Chief.
Yeah, Mike, I don't know how, I mean, I might be able to make the chat a little bit bigger, but I don't want it to, like, I can make it bigger, but I'm afraid that if someone types more than, like, the 3rd line that you typed, that it's going to end up going off, of the screen, so. How's that look, though? The interesting thing about what we just saw about the whole intruder thing with the dude killed 3 people. Of course, I just killed 1, right? I killed 1 right before I got in the vent. If you don't kill anybody, you don't get that scene at all. You don't get that little added there's someone in here, he's using stealth, he's killed 3 people. If that is to, like, confuse you to think, oh, I've killed people, is it me? Of course, as we know, there is someone else kind of sneaking around as well, so. Mike is trying to type a crap ton of letters, and he literally just typed in a bunch of different. And I'm paying too close attention to him and what he's doing. I walk right into the wall. So I think we'll be good with that, Mike. Yeah, press the action button to go down the damn ladder. I know. Yeah, see, it does bleed over the screen, doesn't it?
Use the elevator to change floors. There should be a cargo elevator that you can take down somewhere around there. Try to
Yeah.
find it.
Are you able to, like, read it at all? And now, see, this is the best thing about figuring this stuff out on the fly, guys. Let me make it bigger on mine. See, on full screen, I can read what's being said over here, but I really can't read your thing too well. I think there's a way to kind of go in and edit that on with some CS settings, but that's going to involve me kind of going through with some code and trying to figure some stuff out. Chaff grenades, more chaffs. I've got a chaff right now. These up here. All right, so this room is actually closed and we come back in through later. Go ahead and use the chaff here to make this easier. Thermal goggles. Yeah, Mike. I know it's a little small. Again, I gotta mess with some of the CS coding probably. But it's better than it not showing up at all, which was our issue during testing yesterday, so. Got a level 1 door there. Yeah, that door over there that was open with the thermal goggles, if you come back in after you've gone downstairs, it'll be like a level 4 or 5 door, maybe. Oh crap, I just threw that over the edge. Oh man. Glad that doesn't really get attention. That shit's funny. There it is. Ah, there's somebody else roaming around. Level 1 door. All right. Oh, there we are.
Look at the radar. It's picking up the DARPA chief. He's the green dot. Hurry and rescue him.
He's the green dot. All right. So just like how this game, and I think the second game does it too, how they bury it into your head about where you've got to go and all this different crap is they have Snake or the character you're playing as kind of repeat the information as he's given to him. Almost like he's like, okay, I'm making a mental note. But that's also to help you out. Wait, hold on. Where am I going? I cannot see. Okay, there's that hole. Man, hard to see in here. This way.
Oh, kinda damn cold. I hate Alaska. Boy, oh boy, that woman is built all right.
All right. Dude was in the old bathroom. SOCOM bullets. Here after a bit, I might take a break for some lunch, grab something to eat, and I might mess with that that CS coding on that chat to make that look better. What's that here?
Is that a woman? Not him.
Not him.
Yeah, I just sent. I just saw the picture that you sent. I know. Use the looking button to look down. Yeah, I know. Dang, man, these guys are so bossy.
Who's that? I'm here to save you.
You're the DARPA chief, Donald Anderson, right?
You here to save me, huh? What's your outfit?
I'm the pawn they sent here to save your worthless butt.
Really? It's true. You don't look like one of them. In that case, hurry up and get me out of here.
Slow down. Don't worry. First, I want some information about the terrorists.
The terrorists?
Do they really have the ability to launch a nuke?
What are you talking about?
The terrorists are threatening the White House. They say if they don't accede to their demands, they'll launch a nuclear weapon.
Sweet Jesus.
Is it possible?
It's possible. They could launch a nuke.
How do they plan to launch? I thought this place was just for keeping the dismantled warheads. They shouldn't have access to a missile.
What I'm about to tell you is classified information. Okay? We were conducting exercises with a new type of experimental weapon. A weapon that will change the world.
What?
A weapon with the ability to launch a nuclear attack from any place on the face of the Earth. A nuclear-equipped walking battle tank.
Metal Gear. It can't be.
You knew? Metal Gear is one of the most secret black projects. How did you know that?
We've had a couple of run-ins in the past. So that's the reason you were here at this disposal site?
Why else would I come to a godforsaken place like this?
I had heard the Metal Gear project was scrapped.
On the contrary, it's grown into a huge joint project between ArmsTech and ourselves. We were going to use this exercise as raw data and then proceed to mass production. If it hadn't been for the revolution.
Revolution?
Rex has fallen into the hands of terrorists.
Rex?
Metal Gear Rex. The code name for the new Metal Gear prototype. They're probably already finished arming the warhead they plan to use with Rex. These guys are pros. They're all experienced in handling and equipping weapons.
Hey! Shut up in there, will ya?
But I thought that all nuclear warheads were equipped with safety measures. Some kind of detonation code that you have to input.
Oh, you mean PAL? Yes, of course, there is a PAL. It's set up so that you need to input 2 different passwords in order to launch the device.
There are 2 passwords?
Yes. Baker knows one, and I know one.
Baker? The president of ArmsTech?
That's right. Each of us needs to input our password, or there can be no launch. But they found out my password.
You talked?
Psycho Mantis can read people's minds. You can't resist.
Psycho Mantis?
One of the members of Foxhound. He has psychic powers.
This is bad.
It's just a matter of time before they get Baker's too.
If they find out Baker's password...
Yes, they'll be able to launch a nuke anytime. But there is a way to stop the launch.
What?
The card keys.
Card keys?
They were designed by ArmsTech, the system developers, as an emergency override. Even without the passwords, you can just insert the card keys and engage the safety lock.
And if I do that?
Yes. You can stop the launch.
That card key.
So where are the keys?
Baker should have them. Listen, you need 3 card keys. There are 3 different slots to put them in. You need to insert a card into each one of them.
Okay, 3 card keys. Do you know where they might be keeping Baker?
Somewhere in the 2nd floor basement.
Second floor basement.
I heard the guards say they moved him to an area that has a lot of electronic jamming.
Any other clues?
Yes, they cemented over the entrances, but didn't have enough time to paint them. Why don't you look for the areas where the walls are a different color? Here, take this. It's my ID card. It'll open any level 1 security door. It's called a PAN card. It works together with your body's own electrical field.
Personal area network, huh?
It transmits data using the salts in your body as the transmission medium. As you approach the door's security devices, they'll read the data stored in the card.
And the doors will open automatically. Gotcha. Okay, I'm gonna get you out of here.
Wait a minute.
What is it?
You haven't heard any other way to disarm the PAL, have you? From your bosses or anyone?
No.
Are you sure you haven't heard anything?
I just said no.
So does the White House plan to give in to the terrorists' demands?
That's their problem. It has nothing to do with my orders.
But what about the Pentagon?
Pentagon? What is it?
Hey, what happened?
Dun dun dun.
Dead.
Naomi, the chief. What happened?
I don't know. It looked like a heart attack, but...
A heart attack? No.
Colonel, are you hiding something from me?
Absolutely not. Snake, you've got to understand. This op is security level red. You need the highest security clearance to get access to the complete file.
You want me to believe that you're in charge of this op, but you don't have complete access to the file?
I told you, the Secretary of Defense is in operational control. I'm just here as your support. Snake, we don't have time to debate. Get out of there and find President Baker.
Don't move! So you killed the chief, you bastard! Liquid? No, you're not. Don't move!
Is this the first time you ever pointed a gun at a person? Your hands are shaking. Can you shoot me, rookie?
Careful, I'm no rookie.
Liar. That nervous glance, that scared look in your eyes. They're rookie's eyes if I ever saw them. You've never shot a person, am I right?
You talk too much.
You haven't even taken the safety off, rookie.
I told you I'm no rookie!
You're not one of them, are you?
Open that door. You've got a card, don't you?
Why?
So we can get the hell out of here!
Looks like we'll be a little delayed.
What are you doing? Don't think! Shoot! What are you waiting for? Shoot!
Don't talk to me like a rookie!
I'm telling you, shoot!
First little semi-boss fight there.
Thanks for the help.
Wait! Who are you?
You fool! You've killed him!
I'm sorry, sir.
His mental shielding was very strong. I could not dive into his mind.
Now we'll never get that detonation code.
Boss, I have a good idea.
I know, man.
Good girl. Just like that.
What?
Naomi, I just had some kind of hallucination. Is it from the nanomachines?
No, Snake. The nanomachines are functioning properly.
So what was it?
It must have been psychometric interference coming from Psycho Mantis, Foxhound's psychic. Think of it as a mental feedback loop.
So that was Mantis.
All right. So we got the one card now, but we have to equip it to like do anything. Man, I've got like half life left. You know what? Half-Life. Ha. Half-Life 3 confirmed, anyone? Yeah? Alright. Sorry, dude. This is the guy that she took out. And poor dude's all naked. A level 6 door. Going down to the basement. Gonna go find this baker dude. So this area you gotta watch out because they've kind of booby trapped it. Like there. And yeah, you'll fall to your death. Got some C4. We'll be backtracking to this area a little bit. SOCOM's bullets are all full. But like level 3 card. I think this is level 3 over here as well. No, wait. That's level 5. PSG-1, that's where you find the sniper rifle. So we'll be doing that a little bit later on. So yeah, we got to blow open some walls and stock back up on some and trapdoors, yeah. Overhead walls, yeah. But if you just stop and look at it, it's like that old school Zelda thing. It's like it's obvious where they are, and then if you're really, you know, that's a normal knot. And that's hollow, so. Chaff grenades. All right. Makes you wonder who designs an area like this and why they decided to just start covering up shit. That one. That one. Well, thankfully I know it's this one. First real boss fight of the game.
Am I too late? He's alive. You're the Arms Tech president, Kenneth Baker, right? Don't worry. I'm here to save you.
No, don't touch it.
C4.
Right. Touch that wire, and the C4 will blow up along with the old man. So you're the one that the boss keeps talking about.
And you?
Special Operations Foxhound. Revolver Ocelot. I've been waiting for you, Solid Snake. Now we'll see if the man can live up to the legend. This is the greatest handgun ever made. The Colt Single Action Army. 6 bullets, more than enough to kill anything that moves. Now I'll show you why they call me Revolver. Draw! Draw! Let's go. Fighting won't help you. Fighting won't help you. You're pretty good. Just what I'd expect from the man with the same code as the boss. It's been a long time since I had such a good fight, but I'm just getting warmed up. What? My hand! Stealth camouflage. Can't you even die right? You were lucky. We'll meet again! Who are you? I like you. I have no name.
All right, Mike, take it easy.
That exoskeleton.
Can you talk?
Who are you?
I'm not one of them. The DARPA chief told me he gave them his detonation code. What about yours?
Oh, I get it. Jim sent you. You're from the Pentagon.
Answer my question. What about your code? There's no time.
I talked.
What?
Of course you did.
Now the terrorists have both codes and can launch any time.
It's not like I didn't fight. I managed to resist Psycho Mantis's mind probe.
He couldn't read you? How'd you do it?
Surgical implants in my brain.
Surgical implants?
Kind of like a
psychic insulation. Everyone who knows these top-secret codes has it.
Even the DARPA chief?
Of course.
But the DARPA chief said Mantis got his code by reading his mind.
Are you sure you heard him right?
Yeah, I'm sure. In that case, how did they get your code?
I never had any training on how to resist torture.
It looks like he had some fun with you, all right.
Oh, he's not human. I tell you, he loved every second of it.
What happened?
He probably did.
He broke it.
Looks like you're more than even now. His was sliced off.
Ha, you're a funny man. So the DARPA chief, is he okay?
Dead.
What? Can't be. No, that's not what you promised, Jim. Now you want to shut me up?
Calm down. What's wrong with you? I just told you I was here to save you. I didn't kill the DARPA chief. He had a heart attack or something.
A heart attack? Oh, don't be a fool.
Anyway, the terrorists have both codes now.
Those boys are totally insane. They wouldn't hesitate to launch.
I agree, but what do they really want?
Oh, who knows? Maybe they're like us in the arms industry, always looking forward to the next good war.
Well, I'm not gonna let these maniacs start a war today. You still have the card keys?
Card keys?
To override the detonation code. I heard you had them.
No, not anymore.
What? Who does then? Not the terrorists?
No, that woman.
Woman? Who?
A soldier that was thrown in prison along with me.
A female soldier, it must be.
She said she had just joined up as a new recruit. They threw her in prison because she refused to take part in the rebellion.
A new recruit? Could that be the Colonel's niece?
I gave her the key. Looks like she managed to break out of here, though. I hope she's okay.
I'm sure she is. She's green, but as tough as they come. But how did you know she escaped?
I was in contact with her by codec. Until I was tied up here, that is.
Codec?
Yes, she stole it from the guard. If she still has it, you should be able to contact her.
I'm sure she still has it. What frequency was she at?
Oh, yeah. Let me tell you, it's... Oh, sorry. I forgot.
Damn!
Oh, that's right. It should be on the back of the CD case. Try to contact her.
Back of the
contact
CD
her right
case.
away. But tell me, if this doesn't work, is there some other way to prevent the missile launch?
You need to find Hal Emmerich, one of my employees.
Who's that?
The team leader of the Metal Gear Rex project. A genius at engineering, but a little bit of an oddball. If there's anyone who can figure out how to stop Metal Gear from launching, it's him.
What if he can't come up with anything?
You'll have to destroy it. Emmerich knows how to destroy Metal Gear.
Where is this Emmerich?
Well, he's probably being held somewhere in the nuclear warhead storage building. It's north from here. That's where he worked.
I understand, but why Metal Gear? The nuclear age ended with the turn of the millennium.
Oh, you're wrong. The threat of nuclear war isn't gone. In fact, it's greater than it's ever been. The amount of spent nuclear fuel and plutonium is increasing even today. Listen, have you ever seen a warehouse full of nuclear material?
No.
Drums and drums of nuclear waste stacked this high, as far as you can see. Because there's still no real way to dispose of the stuff.
So they just close the lid and try to pretend like it'll go away?
Essentially, yes. And they're not even doing a good job of storing it. Many of the drums are corroded, with nuclear waste seeping out of them.
Unbelievable.
Not only that, but several pounds of MUF are reported every year.
MUF?
It stands for material unaccounted for. It proves that there's a large and well-organized black market in nuclear materials. Furthermore, since the end of the Cold War, Russian nuclear engineers in particular are out of work with no way to turn. In other words, there's plenty of available nuclear material and scientists for making a bomb. We live in an age when any small country can have a nuclear weapons program.
What about the other superpowers?
Russia and China still maintain a significant nuclear presence. Complete nuclear disarmament is an impossibility. To maintain our own policy of deterrence, we need a weapon of overwhelming power.
You mean Metal Gear.
Yes. You know our industry suffered quite a blow as a result of the cuts in military budgets due to this so-called peace.
I remember hearing a lot about mergers and takeovers among the big weapons makers.
Yes, and after my company lost their bid to produce the Air Force's next line of fighter jet, the Metal Gear system was our last ace in the hole. That's why we pushed to have Metal Gear developed as a black project.
Black project?
Secret projects paid for by the Pentagon's black budget. You can avoid a lot of red tape and get a great lead time on your weapons production. And no one can bother you. Not even those bleeding heart liberals on the Military Oversight Committee.
Bribes.
I prefer to think of it as good business. Anyway, Metal Gear was going to be formally adopted after the results of this exercise were analyzed.
I don't give a crap about you and your company.
Yes, that's about what I'd expect from a grunt like you. Here, this is what you came for, right?
What's that?
An optical disc. It's all here. The main hard drive was destroyed by gunfire. This is the only remaining copy of the data.
What kind of data?
All the data collected from this exercise. Don't play dumb. I know you were sent to get this. I hid it from that sadistic maniac while he was torturing me. They don't know this disc exists. Make sure you report this to Jim. To your boss. I'll give you my card, too. It'll open up all security level 2 doors.
Can you walk?
No. No, you go on without me. They got my password. They don't want anything else from me.
I have one more question. Who or what was that ninja thing? It looked like you knew something.
That ninja? That was Foxhound's dark little secret.
Dark little secret?
An experimental genome soldier.
You know him?
You should ask Dr. Naomi Hunter from Foxhound. She knows better than I.
Naomi?
You've got to stop them. If it goes public, my company and I are finished.
What? Doesn't Metal Gear use currently existing technology?
Metal Gear itself does, but... What did you do to me? Oh, no. Oh, no, it can't be. Those Pentagon bastards. So, they actually went and did it.
What are you talking about?
They're just using you for...
What the hell?
Colonel, are you listening? Now he's dead too.
I have no idea.
Don't lie to me.
It looked like another heart attack, but...
Some kind of poison?
Well, there are lots of drugs that can cause a heart attack in large doses. For example, potassium chloride or dioxides, but we won't be able to tell without doing an autopsy.
Damn!
Snake, I want you and Meryl to work together.
Can I trust her?
More than you can trust me. Get in contact with her.
Snake, there's a lot of electrical interference coming from there. It should be okay if you do burst transmission like us, but normal transmission is probably impossible. Try moving away from that area.
Snake, get a hold of yourself.
Naomi, what the hell was that ninja thing? A member of Foxhound?
No.
Are you sure?
Yes, we have no one like that in our unit.
Is that right?
Snake, I'm counting on you.
Right on. So Naomi acted like she was trying to hide something. But I'm going to take a quick break. Go grab a bite to eat or something. I'll be back to finish this off. I need to save my game though, don't I? Yeah. Give Mei Ling a call.
Snake, you can't use your radar in that area. There's some kind of electronic jamming coming from there. I wonder what it is. Anyway, be careful. Be careful, Snake.
Alright guys, I'm going to take a quick break. Get off here, go grab a bite to eat. I shall return with some more Metal Gear Retrospective. Brando, Game On, all that good stuff. If you're on YouTube, be sure to check us out. All our social medias, Game Addicts Play, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, we're on there. Make sure to go subscribe to the podcast, GameAddictsPodcast.com. That's on Podbean. We're on podcast services all around the globe. It's also on YouTube. It's going to be live on Twitch here very, very, very soon. Till next time, I've been Brando. Game On. Have a good one, guys. Later.